Welcome to the NICOS 11X12 technology. Today we're looking at the GIGABYTE Radeon HD 7770 GHz Edition OC 1GB GDDR5 AMD Graphics Card. Before I continue, I'd like to thank Fortacus for providing me this product. Here's the box. Again, we're looking at the GIGABYTE AMD Radeon HD 7770 graphics card. It offers 1GB of GDDR5 video memory. To keep everything as cool as possible, a 100mm large fan is used, and the special thing on this card is the factory overclock to 1050 MHz on the core. There's the standard GIGABYTE eye on the box, and on the back there's lots and lots of information on the features, special technologies, and so on. GIGABYTE used their ultra durable 2 technology to deliver the top quality and efficiency. But now let's open a box up and see what's inside. Here's the GIGABYTE quick installation guide along with the driver CD. I'd recommend downloading the latest drivers from AMD's website though. As for the accessories, you get a single dual Molex to PCI Express 6-pin power adapter for older power supplies, and that's it. That's all for the accessories. And last but not least, the graphics card itself and an anti-static bag. I'll quickly take it out so we can take a closer look at it. And there it is, but let's remove the plastic protection on the connections first. Alright, GIGABYTE used a standard black plastic shroud here right on top, and that's nothing special actually. The transparent 100mm fan will definitely help keep the card cooler, although it shouldn't get too hot anyways. A good amount of aluminum is used, but this card isn't closed at all whatsoever. To power this card up, you will require a single PCIe 6-pin power connector. GIGABYTE as always decided to use their standard blue PCB. Here are the 4 metal screws that hold the heatsink in place, and as for the interface, PCI Express 3.0 is used. But don't worry, even PCIe 2.0 should work flawlessly because there's still no bandwidth limit. On the top there's a single Crossfire Goldfinger for a 2-way Crossfire configuration, and that's pretty good for the price. Oh, and this is a dual slot card by the way, and as for the outputs you get a single DVI, a single HDMI, and 2 mini DisplayPort outputs. Above are some ventilation holes. All in all, this card makes a cheap impression. Well, it actually is more on the cheaper side compared to the competition, but still the design isn't too bad for the price you're paying. It's not one of the shortest graphics cards though, but that's not a problem, it should fit in most cases. But let's get to the specifications. The GIGABYTE Radeon HD 7770 GHz Edition OC has 1GB of GDDR5 memory, uses the Cape Verde XT GPU, and has a core clock of 1050 MHz, as well as a memory clock of 1125 MHz. The TDP would be 80 watts, and that's fairly low due to the new 28nm architecture. DirectX 11.1 is fully supported, and this card has a bus width of 128-bit. But let's move on to the benchmarks. So the GIGABYTE Radeon HD 7770 GHz Edition OC 1GB GDDR5 graphics card is a pretty good choice, especially for gamers on a budget. This card is capable of playing the latest titles on lower or medium settings at the full HD resolution at the time of this video, of course. The performance lies somewhere in between the GTX 650 and 650 Ti region. Same goes for the pricing, it's also somewhere in the middle of the 650 and 650 Ti cards, and therefore I can say it's priced correctly compared to the offered performance. The power consumption is very low and it's almost proportionally lower compared to the 650 Ti from Nvidia. So in the end, this HD 7770 fills a gap between the 650 and 650 Ti cards. So if you think the GTX 650 is too weak for you, but the 650 Ti is too strong or in most cases too expensive, well then the HD 7770 would be the ideal choice, as it's priced somewhere in the middle of these Nvidia cards. Same goes for the performance. Overall, I'm quite impressed with this mid-range card. Pros are great price-performance ratio, good performance, then I like the low power consumption, the low temperatures, and the fact that the card is very silent. As for the cons, there's just one thing. The card isn't very beautiful, but that's a matter of taste actually. I give this graphics card a 9 out of 10 and would definitely recommend it. Once again, I'd like to thank Forticus for providing me this product. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.